Hello, what's up? I'm Brian here doing another video for you guys, and this time I'm doing a live stream. I don't know why I did that, but anyways, so yes, I'm streaming late at night. The reason why is because there's just a couple of things that are on my mind relating to Transformers and other stuff, and I wanted to touch up on some news things and I don't know, other reasons why I decided to do a live stream. Why does anyone ever do a live stream? You gotta ask yourself that. Hello to 1977 Camaro Z28. I like that name because I like Camaros a lot, so I appreciate that. Razatair and Braden the Barbarian. You are not the only one. There's about 3 people. My thing says that there are 8 people watching, so that's good, I guess. So, yeah, thank you for coming in. I would have done this earlier, but I didn't really plan on doing a live stream up until now. And I would love to do more live streams because, I just feel like, hey, why don't we interact and talk about stuff? Talk about your feelings and stuff. Just a dad who loves toys more than his kids do. How's it going? It's going pretty well. I got my legacy collection back there. I know you can't really see it too well. I would move the camera, but for some reason with my camera, it's a webcam and you have to plug it in, of course, but I guess there's something wrong with the cable because when you move it around, it seems to disconnect. Even when I don't move it around and I just keep it right there, it just disconnects for some reason, but I don't get it. It's weird. But hey, there is a tiny shockwave right there, which actually does remind me. Thank you to the people that checked out the Masterpiece Shockwave review. That's something that I was planning to make my last review while I was in this house for the time being that I would upload. But as it turns out, and if you guys haven't watched my update on that, the move has actually been delayed. So I can do many more reviews. You can see that there's going to be a review that's published June 1st coming up. So that is the brick-based Optimus Prime. You'll be able to check that out. Also, yeah, hello, John and Braden. I already said Braden. Hello, Jetfire. What's up? Yeah, Black Zarek. I love that thing. Actually, that kind of leads me into the reviews for what's coming out. So, there's the brick-based Optimus Prime. It's not the Lego Optimus Prime, but it's an older toy that I'm not even sure is technically a copyrighted thing from Lego, or not Lego, but Hasbro. Tailgate009, hello, what's up? So that's something that I'm planning to, publish. I mean, obviously the review has been edited, so obviously that's coming out soon. And what else? So I did write another review, and that is going to be the Exosuit Spikewood Wiki, because I seem to have accidentally caught up with the Studio Series Core Class figures without even intending on doing that, because when I went to GameStop, I was not expecting to find that. Because in my area, things are so sparse, and I believe that Core Class figure is also packed with shipments of the Shockwave and the Ravage from earlier waves. So I kind of find it funny that it was the only Core Class figure that was out there, and I just managed to get a Spikewood Wiki. So I'm happy about that. Hello, Justin. Anyways, so what else is coming out? So I was thinking of reviewing the Studio Series Deluxe Class Bumblebee movie Ratchet, because I thought that'd be kind of cool. T-Formers 2002. Hey Brian, can't stay long, but still wanted to stop by and say hi. Yes, hi, and thank you for sending me the parcel. I have been checking on the tracking on that, and it does say that it's in Canada, so we can not worry about that, hopefully. But I do think it will come here very soon. What's funny about that parcel, I wanted to touch upon this. With the reviews, I was going to say Legacy Black Zarek is the review I want to do next month. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it, but the reason why it's in base mode is because I'm writing that review. So if everything works out, that review will be written and hopefully posted by next month. And yeah, I feel like doing Spikewood Wiki and Black Zarek next month. I mean, I've already done the brick-based Optimus Prime, so no worries there. But actually working on those reviews next month, I don't feel like it's going to eat up a lot of my time, and I feel like Black Zarek is such a big Transformer to do that it'll be fine. And the Exosuit Spikewood Wiki is something that's more relevant now that people are still trying to get. So I want to get that review posted as soon as I can. I'm thinking maybe Sunday would be nice, and I could work on that then. If I can get the base mode for this guy written down, because the robot mode, generally I have this in robot mode anyways, so I could write that whenever. But anyways, what I was getting at with the parcel, what's funny enough is he sent it, I think, a couple of weeks ago, and then it came back to him for some reason, so that was kind of weird. But he sent it again, and it seems to be coming, so that's awesome. How's the Siege Galaxy Optimus and Titans Return Slugslinger treating you? Funny enough, I was actually talking to someone about the Slugslinger because we were talking about, he had the Takara one, I have the Hasbro one, and I just personally kind of prefer the Hasbro one. I'm not saying that, the Takara one's worse, it's just, to keep up with everything that I have, I like the Hasbro one. So I definitely appreciate that because I have not ever been able to find that in the wild, not even at the Toy Fair or nothing, so I really do appreciate that. And very similar to the Siege Galaxy Prime, I found that once and it was just a bad time for me to buy it, and I never found that again, so I really appreciate that. And I've been feeling really bad at the same time because I feel like I should review that Siege Optimus Prime and the Slugslinger, but the reason why I haven't, and this is the only reason why I haven't, is because I noticed that I haven't reviewed any of the leader classes from the War for Cybertron line, and I kind of wanted to group them all together, but then another leader class figure was announced, and I tried to get that. And if you don't count any of the exclusives, which I really want the T-Rex, but if you don't count any of the exclusives, just for the main line leader class figures, I have them all. If you count this Legacy Galvatron, all of them are there, and now I'm able to just kind of, if I want to do a marathon review of all the leader class figures, I could go ahead and do so, and just put that out there. So here's hoping I'm able to do that soon, because that'd be a pretty cool track record. And then for Slugslinger, I kind of feel like I want to review Trigger Happy and Misfire at the same time, But at the same time, if I'm reviewing those, they're in waves, so do I review the Windblade, the Hot Rod, the Twinferno? I don't have the Breakaway, but was there anything else that was in those waves? Twin Twist, and if I'm doing Twin Twist, do I do Top Spin, and then his wave mate? So it's a whole thing that kind of races in my mind, but I think out of anything, it would definitely have to be Trigger Happy, Misfire, and Slugslinger all in a row. See, this is the thing with me, is that every time I think of a Transformer toy, I also think of, what should it bounce off of? Not just, hey, should I just review that and then leave it at that? Because, let me tell you this, the Power of the Prime's Rodimus is a review that I've been wanting to do, because I've reviewed everything from the first wave except for the Optimus Prime, and the only reason why is because I don't have that. I did find it at the Toy Fair, so maybe one day I'll be able to pick it up and review it, but for right now, I just don't have it. So yeah, it's just a thing that keeps going in my mind. If I review this, I gotta review something else. So it's just, it all comes down to timing on those reviews. The only reason why I reviewed Skids is because I reviewed RC. And the only reason why I reviewed the Silver Streak is because I reviewed RC and Skids. Because they were my only deluxes. They were my only legacy figures at the time. And same with Hot Rod. I wanted to keep up with the legacy line. Now, I have Blaster, which is the Kingdom repack, which is fine. I have Bulkhead, I have Galvatron, I have Black Zarek. The reason why I want to do Black Zarek is because that's the biggest thing I have right now. And if I get that done, out of the way, all the other legacy stuff is going to be much easier. So, hey mate, good luck with the moving situation. In the same boat, done my latest script, but can't write anything thanks to last minute house viewings. Oh. Your Titans Returns Trypticon review persuaded me to get him. Oh, I hope you like him. Canadian. I need to speak Canadian. Hello, buddy. Brian, where's my Dinobot Kingdom review, friend? Oh, that's another review I've been wanting to do, and I keep forgetting to do it, but that is something that I really want to do. Shockwave, did you see the Siege Core Class pics going around? Skeptical it's real, especially so soon after Bumblebee movie Core Class Shockwave. Okay, so this is something that I do want to touch up on, but I'll get back to you in a second. Do you think Hasbro will go back to the Cybertron Optimus design and will make a new mold for him? I don't think they will, just based on the fact that I feel like people were satisfied enough with him. And I know that people do have complaints about him, but I feel like the people who did buy him were okay enough as is, and I feel like the market for them getting the Galaxy Prime, because that was the only generation's issue of that toy, they're fine with it. So it would be nice to get a new one. I don't personally feel like I need it, though. I got both the Hasbro and Takara of the Decepticon Target Masters. Oh, nice. Is there any new figures coming out in SSA6? There's an RC coming out, which looks a lot better than the Earthrise one, but yeah. Also, a wheelie is coming out. Also, an SS86 Ratchet. I'm not sure if it's deluxe or core class. Rodimus is a cool fig. X-Men years ago. Yeah. Hello, David. Okay, so what you were saying about the Shockwave, and I mean no disrespect to anyone, but I don't get the complaints with, or not the complaints, but the comparison with the Bumblebee movie Shockwave compared to the Legacy one. It almost makes it seem like people think those are the those are the same Shockwave, and they're not really the same Shockwave. The core class Shockwave that we are getting is based on the Siege design, which is more of the classics reintroduction of Shockwave. It is the current generation's version of Shockwave that kind of continues on. It's the same line as, the Megatron that came out is like the Earthrise Megatron in a smaller pack, or the Starscream, or the Optimus Prime. The only one that's really different compared to their mainline release is the Hot Rod. And I'm not sure if it was really trying to go for the SS86 or if it was just trying to do its own thing because it was in the Kingdom line. But regardless, that's what was going on. So the Bumblebee movie toy is based on that Bumblebee movie design. It's not the G1 design. I mean, you look at the alt mode is definitely not the G1 design. It's more associated with the Transformers Prime or the Dark of the Moon concept design more than anything. So there is a reason why there is a Shockwave, especially if you want the classics version of the main leading Decepticons. You kind of need Shockwave to be thrown into there because you have Starscream, Megatron, and Soundwave. You even have a little cassette for the Laserbeak. So it's kind of necessary when you think of it. It's not doing the same thing. It's not like those two Shockwaves are the exact same character. They're two different Shockwaves, That's kind of like complaining that, why do we have a Bumblebee movie Optimus Prime in the Voyager class when we already have the Earthrise Optimus Prime? Well, those are two different Optimus Primes. Or why do we have a Volkswagen Bumblebee in Studio Series while we have a Netflix Bumblebee? Because they're two different Bumblebees. If you look at it that way, then what's the point of the Ratchet and the Wheeljack, as well as the Soundwave and the Ravage anyways, because we already have them in Generations, because they're not the same thing, So, I wanted to touch up on that. And also, people kept begging for Hasbro to do a Voyager Shockwave based on the core class. Well, the core class is based on a mainline Shockwave already. It's based on the Leader, which I know people were, trying to correct that and say, well, that Leader class toy was expensive and now it's expensive in the aftermarket, which I do get. If they re-release Shockwave, that's fine. But my point is that everyone words it like, oh, why isn't there a bigger version of this? There is a bigger version of it. So I wanted to touch up on that. Also, I've noticed a lot of the people as of recently have been going, like, they've been trying to be, actually so hard, the actually guy, that they kind of miss the point of what I say sometimes. Take, for example, I posted about the Road Hauler and how it might have the same pegs as Grapple, and I said, good luck, anyone. And a lot of the comments were, well, what about Inferno, because they changed him up. Inferno has different parts compared to Grapple. This is straight up Grapple, but with a different head. So, and by the way, I need to clarify, because maybe I wasn't clear on that. I wasn't saying that they won't fix Grapple. I'm just saying that Grapple had that problem. So I'm hoping he doesn't have that problem. Um, Someone on TFW 2005 seemed really snippy about it because they were like, uh, well, your toy won't break if you have patience with it. And it's like, well, my grapple's not broken and I've transformed them multiple times. So, I'm doing something right. It's just there's other people that might have a problem, especially when it's packed in alt mode. That's the concern, is that if it's not fixed, well, it being transformed in alt mode already is going to cause a problem. So that's my point there. Doing a set without exclusivity. Feel sorry for those who missed out. Also, I wanted to point out that my Legacy collection back there is missing 2 figures. Technically, I got the Siege Soundwave, so maybe I should throw that into him, despite it having the scratched up design. And they also showed off. Well, I shouldn't say they because it sounds like Hasbro, but it wasn't really Hasbro. But it was spotted with the Core Class wave of Shockwave and G2 Megatron that the Core Class Optimus Prime is also going to be reissued from the Kingdom line. And to that I say I'm okay with that because, one, it's been a year and a half since that mold was first released. So I feel like it's perfectly fine. It's not like... I feel like it's okay because it's a smaller figure, so I'm not that upset with it. And I think that, a lot of people could benefit with having that Optimus Prime, so it's fine. But not only that, I don't know, I just feel like that kind of works with the Megatron that they're putting out as well. So, because if you noticed with a lot of the Legacy figures, whenever there's an Optimus or an equivalent to Optimus, there's a Megatron or an equivalent to Megatron, that being that being a Hot Rod or a Rodimus or a Galvatron, Because when you look at the Leader Class toys, you've got Galvatron and Laser Optimus Prime. When you look at Core Class, you've got a reissue Optimus, and you have the G2 Megatron. Also, I'm kind of seeing what the chat is talking about. I don't know if this was specifically mentioned, but going around, there is an image that says that a Fugitive Wasp is coming in Generations or Legacy. And I need to make it clear for everyone's sake, that's not true. It's not a thing. I want to make that point. The Fugitive Wasp is not coming, or at least that listing, or... God, there's something in my throat. Or at least that listing is not... It's not it's not a confirmed listing. There's an image out there that you can take a look at that compares both of them. By the way, no, I'm not taking off slow mode because we have a lot of people that will come in and just type the same thing over and over again, and it just gets annoying after a while. Core Screamer is so good. He's worth eBay at $15. My Starscream cracked in one of the hinges. Now, the hinge itself has a lot of joints on it, so it's not something that's concerning. But yeah, it did crack, so that was kind of a problem. Also, I wanted to say on Twitter, I said that the only Legacy Core Class figures I'm missing, and then I'll be kept up to date, except for this new wave, which obviously hasn't released out here, so I'm not really concerned about it, is Iguanus and Skywarp, and I heard that I might be getting those, so yeah, that's cool. Let's see. We are going to have Legacy Dragon Megatron. Yep, that seems to be the case. I'm not sure if there's any further update on that, because I haven't heard much about it. When I see the big listings that came out later, they really don't mention Dragon Megatron. You'll either find a listing that does or doesn't mention that, so it's kind of confusing. I'm aware there's mods that can take over spammers, but I don't want the spammers to be here regardless, They're mostly here to keep track of people that, type things in the chat that shouldn't be typed, Yeah, like Tailgate said, mods aren't always present, V usually, yeah, he's popping out right now. Dr. Lockdown isn't always here. So, just trying to. Yeah, okay. Justin actually reminded me I wanted to do a video on figures that they should make, and one of the things I said to myself, sadly enough, because I'm gonna make this tier list thing. I saw an image for it and I'm thinking of doing it. Is I think that we need core class Galvatron, Cyclonus, and Scourge because one, we already have the hot rod, so that can kind of work with them. I know that people would say, well, what about Rodimus? And to that I say, okay, yeah, that makes sense, but at least we have a hot rod, so that's fine enough for me, I guess. But still, a Rodimus would be good. But the reason why I'm saying that in particular, the Galvatron, Scourge, and Cyclonus, is because throughout the Legends line, we've had Optimus, we've had Megatron, we have Bumblebee, we also had Rodimus at that time. But it doesn't seem like they really reflect on those three main Decepticons. And I think because we have the main leading Decepticons in the core class as well as the Legends class lineup, I feel like we don't need to retread that until we go through Galvatron, Cyclonus, and Scourge. At least one of them I'd be fine with. I'd be really happy if they do a Scourge because you can have those as background characters. I'd be really happy if we get a Galvatron that other characters could probably hold. That'd be kind of nice. And then, yeah, Cyclonus I feel like would be perfect for a core class figure. So I would love to see that in the line. Commander class Lugnut. I don't feel like Lugnut would work as a commander class. I feel like he'd be cool, but I feel like if they need to put in the engineering, a leader class would be fine, especially since we've got a leader class Blitzwing. That'd be kind of funny. But I feel like commander class is going a little too big. I get the Omega Supreme Lugnut that people might want, but to that I say I don't feel like for generations we necessarily need it. And also that's a tall order to ask for. I'm not sure how many people are going to really want a Lugnut Omega Supreme. I'm sure there are. I'm not that doesn't mean I'm saying there aren't anyone that would. But when I think of that, I think that'd be cool, but that's not something I need to jump on. Core class Galvatron can ride Cyclonus. Yep, there you go. Did you think that the new wheelie is just going to be a repackage of the Titans Return? No, I don't think so. And the reason why I say that is because I feel like I feel like it needs to be engineered a little bit better than that. Not that I don't like the original wheelie. It looks cool, but when you kind of compare them to the cartoon, I feel like they could improve on the design elements on it. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Since I always come to your stream on this channel like I'm on your others, you can make me a mod here and I could take care of the spammers. Yeah, I could probably do that. I thought I did, though. That's why I asked you if you removed one of the comments. A mod has been removing... Okay, so I can't shorten up this chair. I keep crouching down my stomach because I feel like I can't... I can't go too tall because my webcam doesn't reach that high. But anyways, I thought you were a mod because I asked you if you had removed a comment. I hope they make some more Shattered Glass figures like Shockwave, Prowl, Jazz, Treadshot would be nice. I heard that we're getting a Soundwave, and then there's one other figure. I think it's Wheeljack, apparently. Leader Lugnut with the Takara United Deco from the RTS mold. That'd be nice. Although I could also see them doing the original RTS color scheme to make it different than oh god, what's her name? The one from Cyberverse. Clobber. Yeah. Let's see. What else is there to talk about? I feel like there was another comment that just happened recently, and I can't remember. Yeah, I know. Told in the Doom channel. Yeah, I am curious to see what the Studio Series Fallen will look like. Yeah, especially considering that they've shown off the other figures from that wave, or at least seemingly from that wave. But usually with leader classes, they either show up with everything or they show up late. It's very weird with leaders. Very rarely do they get them super early, and when they do, it is super early. So, here comes the daily Brian complains about stock thing in stores. The Legacy Deluxe class figures still have not shown up. And it's getting really pathetic because I went to the toy fair, didn't have any Legacy Deluxes, which, I mean, they don't usually have every single new thing that's out. It's usually older things because it's second hand. But when it comes to some of the bigger booths, they usually keep up some of the newer figures. I mean, I got Black Zarek thanks to that. But yeah, Black Zarek was like the only Legacy figure that they had. They didn't even have the Bulkhead Blaster or whatever else. Not even any of the core class figures were there. What else? I went to a couple of places. GameStop had one Legacy figure, and I bought it. So you know, I have the box for it, but why grab the box when I have the figure? It's Bulkhead, so that's good. And then Walmart. See, the big problem about Walmart is that is the place that I usually go to for Transformers or just things in general. So when we went there, all the pegs are empty except for the core class stuff. They have stuff on the shelves, but it's usually very sparse and very little things. But the actual pegs themselves, nothing but the core class Studio Series figures that have been there for the past month. And by been there for the past month, I mean they do keep restocking them. There are quite a lot of them, surprisingly enough. But that has been the only thing that has been consistently there and stocked up properly. They have the Legacy Deluxe class figures. This is the thing that frustrates me the most. They have them. I bought the RC and the skids from there. But the funny thing is that they weren't supposed to be there. In fact, they said that they weren't supposed to sell, but they sold it to me anyways. But they've been street dated. This was before May, so I thought, okay, May 1st, they're going to have the whole stock. They're going to have everything there. Nope, it's all empty. And it has been empty for the past month, since before the month started. And it's getting a little pathetic at this point. I mean, everyone's been getting them since, what, beginning of April? People have been finding them now. And we're going into June. I mean, come on. That's bad. I will say, it is really weird how things are stocked here. Because Galvatron we were able to find at Walmart. I found Blaster and Bulkhead at Walmart. I didn't buy them at the time, but eventually I did get Blaster and Bulkhead, so that's fine, whatever. I actually got them on a better deal, so that's whatever. But I did find Core Class Hot Rod, and that's it. Other than, these two that I also got. So it's very weird because they'll have stock, but then they won't put up stock, or they just don't have stock, but they'll have the pegs for the stock. So I don't get what's going on with Walmart right now, and it's frustrating me because I can go out and get these Legacy figures. Well, I mean, right now is a bad time for me to get them because I bought a whole bunch of stuff already. And I'm kind of trying to save up for the Lego Optimus Prime. I gotta get that by the end of the month now, not early this month, or next month, I should say. But, even when I'm able to actually get these Legacy figures, they don't have anything. You know what's the weird part is that they have one Scorponok from the vintage line. Oh, and I forgot to say, last week I finally found the Beast Wars vintage Tigatron. Cool, I guess, if they hadn't already been around for a while. So it sucks. It really sucks. I love to get a kickback. I'd love to get a drag strip. I have a drag strip up on pre-order for Amazon, but if I find them soon, I'll try and cancel that. Um, as far as I know for the Legacy line, all I really need is those two deluxes for the first wave, and then I can move on. Because from what I'm hearing on the package I'm getting, most of wave 1 is pretty much done. So once I get those through, should be fine. I'm just really sick and tired of it, how things are being dealt with. Kingdom Sideswipe and Skywarp. Mainly wanted Sideswipe, but he looks awesome with Earthrise Sunstreaker. Yeah, that's a figure I haven't gotten. And Prowl. Jurassic World Dominion. Yeah, I want to see that movie because, I mean, one of my favorite childhood movies is Jurassic Park. Amazon's prices went over retail around Power of the Primes. Yeah, but you also have to watch out for that because usually it's not just Amazon, because you can get the aftermarket people that are just up in the pricing. Yeah. Well, Toys R Us, I don't even shop at anymore. Their prices are so bad that they're not worth it. Even if they got something exclusive or something brand new and no other place is stocking it, there's no point. No, gold plastic has not been a thing in years, okay? I'm sorry if I sound upset by that or you know, like you caught a nerve. I'm not trying to sound like that, but I repeat this all the time. Gold plastic has not been a thing in years. So, have you still not found Cybershark yet? No, I haven't. I think that the Tigertron and Scorponok are kind of like a wave 2, and then Cybershark and the Wolf is like wave 3 of the vintage line. So, you know, I'm not too worried about Cybershark. I know that was on Walmart for a while. So. No, it's fine. It's just it's not necessarily you. It's other people keep asking the same thing over and over again. You know, which I mean I can't really blame them either because it's like you know one person doesn't know I've repeated it several times to other people. You know, it's fine. Tarantulas, that's another figure I need to get. I really need to get that because I'm getting Pterosaur from someone. And I want to get Tarantulas so that I can complete that first season cast. I know Inferno's a big deal and I gotta get him too. But he wasn't really in the first couple of episodes. He was later. So if I can get Tarantulas, I'm gonna be happy with that. Yeah. There was something I wanted to bring up. Oh, I wanted to bring up thank you guys for helping me get 22,949 subscribers. And the reason why I'm saying that specifically is because we are so close to 23,000 subscribers. So that's going to be awesome. And not only that, that brings us closer to my big goal right now of 25,000 subscribers. That's the big kicker right now. Could you ask them to hook me up with Pterosaur? I don't think Pterosaur is available where they got it. I can help you out. Oh, well. Kickback I'm not as worried with, but I'll try and keep that in mind, because, yeah. Bright Plastic Syndrome is born. You know what? You have a point there. Can't wait for October. BotCon is finally coming back. Yeah, I forgot about that. I can help with Dragstrip. Yeah, like I said, Dragstrip, I'm not worried about. I want to find Dragstrip, but I have the Amazon pre-order for it. I could cancel that at any time. But if things don't work out, then I could just get that, you know. But the issue with the pre-order is that figure's not coming until July. You're welcome, and hope to see more. I had $5 gift card, and Amazon has a promo through July. You order to a local pickup point and get $10 due unless Amazon screws me. I will have Spidey bought for $9. 10 years ago, when Prime and First Edition was a thing, I bought the 10th Dinobot new in packaging, and it crumbled in my hands. Oh. You're talking about the 10th anniversary one, right? Yeah. I remember when those were in stores. Because I kind of wanted them, but I didn't really know too much of what they were. And also, I kind of felt like they were older toys anyway, so I didn't really need them. Because back at that point, I was just getting into Transformers, so you generally want the newer stuff, you know? Like, I wanted the Cybertron Optimus Prime, and Cybertron Evac, and Cybertron Blur, and Cybertron Run-Amok. Not really a great mold. Do you like Rat Hot Wheels? I like Hot Wheels, but I don't know a Hot Wheels that looks like a rat that I particularly am like, man, I need that. I bought one recently, but it was more of a 10-pack thing. How do you feel about Menasor being so short? Feels like a ripoff, especially with the increased cost for a commander class. I don't know where you're getting that from. I saw an image comparing Menasor to Jetfire, and he looked about the same height. So I don't know. Also, if he is a little shorter than Jetfire, I feel like he's got a little more engineering into him because he's got a smaller bot that has to work with that setup. And Jetfire, when you think of it, is kind of basic on how he transforms. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm not entirely too sure what image you're referencing. Throwback to when I tried to order online from Toys R Us buzzworthy high octane set. Oh, okay. And I never received it. Oh. New package, same product. Alright, see you, Jetfire. I'll send you a photo soon. Oh, okay. He should be taller than Skyfire. He's going to be shorter than current combiners. Huh. Aries0083. What's up? I'll tell you this. Kingdom is weird for me. So usually when a Transformers line comes out and I try to go after it, usually I miss a couple of things. Either retails are just not that good, or it's just bad timing, or I don't feel like I need it. For Kingdom, it's weird. I have most of the line. And I even completed different sets from the line. I have every main release, non-exclusive deluxe, every main release non-exclusive Voyager, every main release non-exclusive Core class figure, and if you count the Legacy Galvatron, every mainline non-exclusive release Leader class figure. I also have the Commander class figure. I don't have the Titan class figure, which is the Arc, but I'm considering that. But it's just funny how so much I actually managed to complete. I have both the Amazon exclusive packs. I have most of the Golden Disc line. I just need to get the Pterosaur, which I'm planning to get, so that's good. But with everything else, and not counting the Selects or the Netflix line, it's the Arc, T-Rex, which I would really love to get, but unfortunately, it seems like I missed out on that. Road Rage, which seems to be non-existent at this point. It was never in Toys R Us, so I don't know what happened there. Apparently it's $16 on Target, but that's Target US, so I don't know. Am I screwed with that? And then the Buzzworthy Bumblebee 4-pack. That's it. At least that's it that I can recall. There might be another thing from Kingdom that I'm not remembering, but yeah, that's really weird to me. I never saw T-Rex or Road Rage either. The Arc is amazing, especially mainframe. Yeah, that's actually the main reason why I want to get that. Yeah, a lot of people have never seen Road Rage, and yet I saw an image posted to me that showed that she was on Target.com for 16 something. I'm actually gonna look it up right now because yeah, I should probably look it up. I know it's not a great figure, but for the sake of everything, it's just. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna look at my tweet that I mentioned all the Kingdom figures that I don't have. And again, this doesn't include the selects, because, I mean, Artfire is something I want, but I just don't have it. Sorry, someone messaged me. Let's see. Trying to find it. It was a recent tweet, so it's not that far. Oh yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed my Masterpiece Shockwave review. I hope you enjoyed the next one, which is that brick-based Optimus Prime that's not Lego. Yeah. Kingdom... The Ark... Road Range... Oh, Trisranius. Or Trisranius? Is that his name? Yeah. That was a Pulse exclusive, and I never got that either. I turned off my phone when I was looking up Google. Isn't that fantastic? But, yeah, that's just something that never came out here, so... Alright, so... They're replacing Peggy Carter and some other stuff. That seems kind of weird. Especially when they just got Haley Atwell in, is that her name? I think that's her name. In Multiverse. So, it was weird. Okay. Let's keep on track. That just showed up on my feed. Kingdom, Road, Rage, Target. Come on. Where is it? Alright. Kingdom Deluxe, War for Cybertron, K41, Road Rage, Target exclusive, only at Target. I'm on the website. It's loading. It's slow as hell. Sale! So originally it was $22.99. Now it's at $16.09. So, apparently it's a red card exclusive. I'm gonna click how do I buy. Yeah, you have to get it with a red card, which... God, I hate the red card stuff. Well, never mind that, I guess. I would have gotten it, but... Actually, no, I wouldn't, because it's a US thing. God, you gotta love living in Canada. You know, Hasbro does not neglect Canada at all. I'm saying sarcastically. The new Buzzworthy pack looks good if we ever actually see it at retail. Yeah, that'd be amazing if I saw it at retail, even though it would be at Toys R Us, which, let's see. I will not get Road Rage. She's more my type. Let's see. My local grocery store used to carry Studio Series, but I haven't seen anything. Yeah, I was actually kind of surprised I found Brawn at GameStop. They had quite a bit of them. At this point, you should just move to a place that's in between US and Canada. Guess what? I'm technically close to US. So. What's your most figure you've looking forward to currently, Brian? Okay, you might want to retype that. Soup. Because what you said didn't really make sense. I found like 8 T-Rex at a Target here in Kentucky. Wow. Alright, I'm hopping up. Alright, see you. The only thing that that's in my country. Or sorry, no, you're right. The only thing that in no, it shouldn't say in. The only thing in my no, God, guys, you need to reread. You guys need to proofread your comments before you type them out. The only thing that my country didn't have is the Voyager Cyclonus, and so I got it in BBTS. Okay. Nope, they definitely do not neglect us. Yeah. Maybe someone can mail it to you. Too bad postage is really bad. I have been having the worst time. 2022 has been the worst year for shipping stuff, I gotta say. I got screwed over with FedEx like 20 days after I already got the package for some reason. I've just been having a lot of problems. There was a package that they didn't send here right away because apparently the shipping was wrong. Which, I mean, the shipping was wrong, so I can't really blame them for that. But there's just other things that are just, ugh. Let's see. Red card blows. Yep. I'm Canadian, by the way. Yeah, I kind of figured. Sorry, it's been a late night. What's the figure you're most looking forward to? There's a lot. I would say the Lego Optimus Prime, but if we're not going to count that because it's a Lego set, I'm looking forward to Tarantulas and Knockout. Geoxys looks cool. Definitely want the core Shockwave. Any core class figure at this point now, I think. I don't know. What's the most? I really want to get that Menosaur or the Motormaster, but whatever. What time is it for me? It is midnight. I'm going to be hopping off here soon. So if you have any last minute questions, go ahead and ask away. Got slots of Legacy here in Missouri. Overstocked for... Oh, God. I wish that was here. I bought the Red Coronation Starscream for $17, and he scratched the itch for me. Oh. The only Legacy figure I've seen is Lift Ticket. Okay, so here's another thing. Okay, we're going to go into this. So, Lift Ticket I want to get, but it's $43 on Toys R Us and on Amazon. So, it's kind of frustrating there because I went to GameStop looking for Lift Ticket because I heard it was there. And I went there also looking for DK Guard. Because I didn't find them at the toy fair, so I thought, okay, maybe they're going to show up there. I looked, didn't have any. They had none of them. So, yeah, don't know what I'm going to do about that. I even looked on GameStop online, and I think they ran out of Lift Tickets, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not going to look it up on my phone right now, but yeah. Lift Ticket was one I really wanted to get because I love the colors on that mold. Seems to me South US gets everything. Yeah. Once you get higher in North America, it's just disastrous. I shipped a Netflix B to Canada. Shipping costs more than the fig. Yep. The geniuses at the USPS sent it to Japan for 2 weeks first. Yeah, that's weird. I got package that was like in the US, came to Canada, went to the UK, and then back to Canada. What sense does that make? All it says is US, then Canada. So you think, okay, go to US and then go to Canada. I don't care what places you have to dodge between to US and Canada, but it's just those two locations are right next to each other. That makes no sense to go, okay, we're going to go to Canada. Now we're in Canada. We should go this way. UK. Metro Titan... I don't know. Wait, was there a teaser on the IDWSG comic? Well, this I need to look up now. Anyone watch Stranger Things? I think my favorite episode so far is Season 4, Episode 4 now. Just for that last 5 minutes on that episode. Although I gotta say, the last episode so far in Volume 1 of Season 4, that's a good episode as well. Like, this is one of the first times where I actively want to rewatch Stranger Things. I think I rewatched the first 2 seasons once. Like, obviously, I watched it before, then I watched it again. I think it was either the first season or the first 2 seasons, because I think another season was coming out pretty shortly. So I thought, let's watch the whole thing again. I'm actually considering rewatching it again, but I don't know. Do I need to? What was I looking up? Metro Titan. Transformers. Shattered ass. Shattered ass. Metro Titan. Oh. You know, maybe it's not Metro Titan. Maybe it was Metroplex. Seeing this imagery here, and I'm not seeing anything that suggests it. Jared Glass is back, blah, 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 blah. The official Hasbro Pulse announcement, hint at another Titan coming our way. Yeah, I'm not sure. It might actually be Metroplex and Metro Titan colors, though? Would that be a thing? I don't know. I'm trying to see anything about it, and I'm not seeing anything about it, so... It was in the comics, right? I wouldn't be opposed to a Metro Titan. In fact, I think that would catch my interest, but why is my phone going off right now? Oh. Alright, I'm looking up the Shire Glass lineup of comics. Let's see. Okay, so it doesn't separate them. I know this isn't really entertaining, but I'm trying to look this up and nothing's coming up. Yeah, how the hell do you look up all the issues? I'm trying to look up Shattered Glass issue blah blah blah. Shattered Glass issue number 5. There we go. Okay, finally. All right. Blah 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 blah. Take over. Hey, Slicer! Apparently he showed up. Sorry for the spoiler. Okay. Yeah, now I see it. Now I see it. Well, that does seem possible. I'm not sure if they're gonna go for the original Titan Metroplex, or if they're gonna go for something else. Also, I wanted to see this. Okay, so that kind of gives us an idea of what the Wheeljack might look like. Although that looks like a different mold for Wheeljack. Oh, that's because it is. That's a downshift mold. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, that Slicer is just a comic design, I guess. But here's hoping. Yeah. It does kind of seem like just something made for the comics, because here's the thing about the Metro Titan or Metroplex is that they could do it based on the Cybertron figure, but then that might look off compared to everything else, because he's not going to be a city bot. So I'm not sure if that necessarily works, because most of these Shattered Glass characters come from a G1 continuity, and they kind of continue off with that. So if you do that, you're kind of going in Shattered Glass Cybertron territory. And I'm not sure if that means that everything is kind of continuous and linear. So I'm not sure. All right, thanks for coming in. Thanatos Prime, hello. So sorry about looking that up, but that came up and I was like, I'm curious. To those saying, oh, well, why don't they just do the original Generations figure? That's based on the idea that they still have that mold to begin with, and I'm not sure they do. So, yeah, I'm not sure if they'll just bring that back just to do Metro Titan. I mean, they could, but I think it'd be kind of cool if they did Shatterglass Metroplex or Metro Titan. I wouldn't be opposed to that. I think the colors look good, but I'm more invested in the current Metroplex coming out more than anything. So, if anything, it'd be a Black Zarek situation where I don't have a Scorponok, so let's get Black Zarek. I would love to see an Omega Doom, but I don't know. He's also going to be huge. See, here's the thing. You kind of have to figure which Titan is more important than some of the other ones, and which one is definitely going to bank off, selling whatever that sentence was, whatever I just said. Whichever one will actually sell. Because the thing about Black Zarek is, I feel like they were okay with doing him, even though he's a repaint of an already large figure that people have bought, is that despite the fact that you can use that money to buy some other smaller figures that have already released, rather than just a repaint of a figure you already have, or probably already have, I think two things account for that. One, I don't know how well Scorponok released, because it was during the pandemic. It was kind of in the middle of the heat of the pandemic. So I think Scorponok kind of had a hard time. I didn't find a Scorponok in retail, so I was kind of out of luck on that. But with Black Zarek at the very least, another thing about him is he was kind of an important role in Transformers. When you look at some of the Japanese cartoon, I think it was Master Force, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that. Might have been something later. But Black Zarek was one of the big villainous characters that did show up in the series and was kind of a big baddie. So I kind of get why he's made and not Omega Sentinel at the moment. And that's not to say they won't make an Omega Sentinel, because there is that image floating around and that little tease that someone had at least pitched Omega Sentinel. I'm not sure if that confirms that he's coming out, but at least the pitch is there. So it is very possible that that figure could also release at some point in time. And I feel like that Omega Supreme mold is really cool. That's a nice thing to do. But how many repaints can you make of the same Titan to where you're actually going to bank off that rather than just making a whole new mold? I will say that doing the Metroplex from the Cybertron universe is definitely going to be very interesting to see how well that works. But I feel like because that's a whole new mold, I feel like people will definitely buy it if they're nostalgic enough for that. But again, Omega Sentinel, that was more something that was kind of referenced in the cartoon that's not as major as Omega Supreme. When it comes to the Japanese cartoon, I feel like Black Zarek might have been as big as Scorponok. I could be wrong because I haven't really watched a lot of it, but yeah, I feel like Black Zarek is definitely a bigger character than some of those. I didn't think I have opened either of my Tricernias. Could probably help you with that one. Ooh. That's a figure that I wanted because I love that orange and red color. I thought that looked amazing. With Siege Crosshairs and the upcoming Point Blank, we should get a Sure Shot. That would be nice. Repaint and retool of Kingdom Commander Rodimus. I don't know about that. I feel like if it's going to be reissued from something, it's going to be Hot Rod. But at the same time, I also feel like it might not even be that at this point because we thought that Override was going to be reassembled from that, and that didn't seem to be the case. By the way, I love the Velocitron Speedia 500 collection package. I thought that's fantastic because it feels something nostalgic. But I need to make a point. Some people think that it says 500 because, oh, we're getting 500 figures in this line. No, 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 no. It says 500 in reference to the racetrack, like Indy 500 or something else. I'm not a racing fan, but yeah, if you think of that, that's what it's a reference to. It's not, oh, we're getting 500 figures in this. No. Oh, is hip snap? Oh. If they want to go really obscure, maybe Omega Supreme could be remade into Omega Lugnut. We're actually talking about that earlier. Let's see. So yeah, I said I was gonna hang up, and I didn't. So I should probably do that now. Yeah, Legacy stuff looks pretty cool. So I'm actually liking Legacy a lot more now that I have some of the figures than I did early on. With my video that I was talking about it, I still feel the same because it was the first impression. So even though if I change my mind on, how I feel on a figure, that was about the first impression of Legacy, not, the Wave 2 stuff or how I feel afterwards. No, it was about the first impression. So I'm glad I did that video. But yeah, I want to get the rest of them. I want to get the whole wave. I think that's cool. Definitely want to get Night Prowler. That's some people. I know someone asked what's a figure up and coming that you really want to get, and I know some people have Night Prowler now because they found them in U.S. retail. Out here in Canada, or at least out here, we have not been able to find Night Prowler or any of that wave. But Night Prowler is definitely the one that I'm mostly interested in. I know people would say, well, what about Buzzsaw and the Sandstorm? And those two look awesome too. I would love to get those figures. But for me, I'm more associated with Night Prowler because that was a obscure figure that I've wanted for a while. So, I'm into that. He's all over my Walmart, so is Sandstorm. Oh! Override is my type, but Legacy Toy, I don't know. She is my favorite character, but I still have my OG since my family member got it for me for Christmas. Okay. Transranius is rad, plus all of those blast effects. He is. Chef kiss me. I got 2 fossilizers recently, and I was surprised how big Wingfinger is. Paleotrex is cooler and better paint, though. Yeah, Paleotrex looks nice. I want to get the purple version, though. Kingdom Mirage into RID 2001 Skids. Kingdom Sideswipe into RID 2001 Prowl. I want to see some Robots in the Skies figures represented. I mean, we've got Black Convoy. We had a Ruination. So. I've been trying to find Buzzworthy SS86 Cup and can't find him anywhere. Yeah, distribution sucks. I haven't spotted a pre-order or a release for that, but I don't really care. I got the original one, so it's not a big deal. I do want Legacy Jaxus. Yeah, that looks cool. Before I go, I hope Toxitron. Yeah, Toxitron would be nice to get. Let's see. What was I saying? I was gonna say something about Studio Series, but then I kind of forgot. Yeah. Oh, either way, yeah, $42.99 for that figure would just suck anyway. So, something just came up on my feed. That was weird. Okay, so it is late at night here, and I imagine for you guys, so I should probably head out. If Velocitron line does any of the Cybertron figures, I'd be on board with those. I think it's awesome that they're doing them. Okay, so I don't know why this thing is popping up. I didn't click anything for this to come up. Anyways, so with that out of the way, I'm gonna head out. So there's that. Yeah. So I thank you guys for watching and hearing me rant about stores and toys and whatnot. Hopefully I can get this base mode written down so that I can actually do the robot mode stuff and take my time with that. But yeah, with that out of the way, again, thank you for almost 23,000 subscribers. We're almost there. Last I checked, it was 51 subscribers needed. Actually, let me go check and just quickly see how quickly we are to that. Analytics. We are at the same point, so nothing really has changed for that. But you know, not gonna complain. So, yeah, I guess that is pretty much it for this live stream. So I thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and all those fun doodads if you can. And yeah, I will see you guys next time.